A 68 years old Nigerian nurse who has lived in the United Kingdom for more than 18 years is facing spending 19 years in prison if he is found guilty for what he has been accused of. Sunday is a man who, when his wife, whom he has been married to for more than 32 years, died, the man became lonely. A lot of people were giving him all sort of advice about marriage. Sunday was clear. He did not want to marry any woman because the love of his life has passed away. Sunday is now regretting why he chose to listen to the advice of those that have the best interest of Sunday at heart. This is a story about love betrayal and the intricacies that comes with marriage. Hopefully, somebody can learn a lesson from this story. Good afternoon, Frank is my name. On this channel, we share the latest update about diaspora news to inform and educate our audience. Let's drill into this story today. Sunday, he was introduced to a lady called Onome. Sunday and Onome, they are both from the same part of Nigeria. Onome was at that time working in oil company in Nigeria. When Sunday was introduced to Onome after his wife sadly died of cancer, Sunday, before he was introduced to Onome, he briefly dated a woman from Zimbabwe. Sunday was discouraged by his family and close friends to discontinue the relationship with the Zimbabwe woman. They were saying to him, brother, you know, when you retire, this woman, she may not want to go to Nigeria with you. You need to marry somebody who comes from the same part so that when you retire, you guys will go together. That was how Sunday was persuaded to end the relationship with the Zimbabwe woman. And that is the decision that Sunday said he is now regretting today. When Sunday was introduced to Onome, Onome had two children. The children today, they are about 14 and 12. They are two girls. She was a single mom in Nigeria. She was at that time living in River State in Nigeria. Sunday flew to River State. It was his best friend that introduced Onome to Sunday and said, I have known this woman for a very long time. She is a good woman. I would recommend her to you. She's very close to my wife. Sunday listened to the advice of his best friend and went to marry Onome in Nigeria. Sunday holds a Belgian passport. He came to the UK with his wife and children who are now married. In fact, he's a grandfather from Belgium. Sunday told his children and loved ones, they say, well, oh, daddy, go for it because your life is lonely abroad. You're at the stage where you need somebody in your life. Sunday flew to Nigeria. He met Onome. Onome is a Christian lady. They started talking and he flew back and forth. After 3 trips to Nigeria, Sunday decided that he wants to marry Onome. He went to marry Onome. Onome's visa application was very quick because Sunday had everything. She came to the UK with her 2 children. When Onome came, initially, she struggled to get a job. After some time, she got a job. They were living very, very close to London. She got a job. Sunday is a nurse, a mental health nurse. Onome she worked in human resources in an oil company in Nigeria. Luckily for her, after some difficulties, she managed to get a job. She got a job in human resources and she was earning more money than Sunday. Despite the fact that Onome was earning more money than Sunday, it was Sunday that was still paying everything in the house. Onome told her daughters to start calling Sunday daddy and the children, they were following their mom and they were calling Sunday daddy. When the woman came to the UK, after some time, Sunday noticed that Onome, the ring that Sunday gave her, she was no longer wearing the ring. When Sunday asked Madame Onome, why are you not wearing the ring? The woman will say, oh, the ring is too small. I'm putting on weight. In this UK, we eat too much food. I'm putting on weight. I'm not having enough time to exercise. Sunday said, okay, we can resize the ring. When they went to resize the ring, another excuse. Oh, the ring is not the best. It's not. She was bringing different kind of excuse. Sunday then noticed that when it comes to the woman having sex, the normal thing that husband and woman do, the woman will make excuses, make all sort of excuses, and it's on her terms. Only when she wants it, that's when Sunday will have it. Meanwhile, Sunday then noticed that one day, whenever they have disagreement in front of Onome's children, Onome would insult Sunday. You hopeless man. You've been in the UK for a long time. You don't even have your own house. You only have this 2-bedroom house. You don't have anything. Look at your friend, the ones that they are doing better than you. You've been working as a nurse. Nurses they've achieved this. What have you achieved? The woman that was calling me the love of her life, everything, before you know what, Onome has changed and the children change as well. Onome's children that used to call Sunday daddy, they were now calling him Sunday. Sunday was shocked. He called his best friend who introduced Onome to him, said, what is going on? The friend said, it's marriage. Time, there's always up and down. Things will be okay with time. Meanwhile, people have been advising Onome, after she has lived in the UK for going to 2 years, that you don't even need your husband to apply to stay for this country. She's EU, is EU. You've been in the UK for 2-3 years. You should be able to just apply, just divorce him and move. Sunday said for 1 year, they only had sex no more than 3 times. Sunday was worried. What is going on? One day, him and Onome, they were having disagreement. It got to the point where Sunday, out of anger, he pushed Onome because Onome was humiliating Sunday in front of her daughters. When Onome was pushed by Sunday, the next thing Onome did, she called the police. The case it didn't end there. When the police came, they said they wanted to charge Sunday for assault. It did not end there. They said Sunday had to leave his house because Onome and the 2 children, the police cannot kick them out. Meanwhile, it's Sunday's name that is on the housing tenancy agreement. Onome has been doing everything to put their name on the tenancy agreement. She will always tell Sunday, my name is not on the tenancy agreement. How come it's only you have right to this house? The house, she was pushed Sunday to the point where Sunday one day, he agreed to say, okay, let's call housing and put your name on the tenancy agreement. When he called the housing association said, Sunday and Onome, we have had a lot of issues where the man will put the woman on the tenancy agreement. When there is disagreement, the man would then end up being the one that is kicked out of the house. So our new policy, we do not do that anymore. We're not going to put the 2 of you on the tenancy agreement. It's going to be only one person, Sunday. So that pressure on Onome could not succeed to get her name added to the birth certificate. Meanwhile, when Sunday pushed Onome that day, the police came. When the police came, Sunday was asked to leave the house. He left the house for Onome and the 2 children, because when the police now asked Sunday to come to their station, they now said, look, you've admitted you've done this thing. Because you have not committed a crime before in the UK, we are going to give you what we call caution, to mean that you have caution formally. This will go on your criminal record. If you do not accept caution, we will have to take you to court. Sunday initially insisted that he doesn't want to, but when people advise that you're almost close to retirement, take the caution. What Sunday didn't know that would affect his chance of working. The caution came. When Sunday criminal record check now came out, they now found out that Sunday now has caution on his record. It was very hard for Sunday to continue working. The luck that he has worked in the same place for more than 20 years. They know him very well. And because of that, they allow Sunday to continue to work after risk assessment. Sunday, somebody will have to be present when Sunday is working. They need to be supervised when he's working because of the caution. When after the whole thing ended, Sunday was advised by his closest friend. I said, look, bros, just let this play along. When this caution issue ends, the police say, okay, they finish their investigation. Ask this woman to leave. That is the plan. Let this woman leave. This woman, she doesn't mean well for you. Meanwhile, the time that Sunday was out, that was when Onome submitted the application to renew her paper based on the advice that she has been given by a close advisor that she doesn't need Sunday. Onome was naive. She submitted the application. The application came back and the Home Office refused Onome. They refused Onome because the application was, everything she did was wrong. She didn't even declare that she was still married to Sunday because she'd been advised by her friend that she doesn't need Sunday. When they refused Onome now, she's now in trouble. Onome then looked for other ways. She was getting lawyer involved. She asked Sunday to go and see the lawyer. And Sunday asked her, why did you not tell me that you were applying? She said she make up all sort of excuses. Sunday was then suspicious. People have already told him, don't go back to this relationship. Don't go back to this relationship. But when they told Sunday was saying, the children, you have to think about the children. Where do you want the children to be? She has young children. I don't. Sunday's children were saying, Daddy, this speaking, not be you born them. It's not they are not your children. This woman doesn't mean well for you. The time that you left the house, she submitted application. This woman was the one that made all this allegation. Sunday listened, but he disregarded all the advice that was given to him. Remember, this is a man who has been in the UK for a long time. He doesn't have any conviction. He has never been in trouble with the law, but he is facing the prospect of spending the next 19 years in jail. When you find out what happened to Sunday, you'll be shocked. Sunday, then one day, he said he noticed that Onome's child, whenever he's in the bathroom having a shower, the young girl would always be playing around, coming around, try to open the door. Whenever he's in the toilet, try to open the door. Waiting, what is happening here? Sunday reported the child. The young girl will come up without brazier. She'll come up. What is happening here? Go and dress up before you come out. What Sunday didn't know was that when Onome realized that Sunday, she couldn't renew her paper without Sunday's input, Sunday is not going to support her. The Home Office they've refused her application. She then came up with a plan according to Sunday. When Sunday came back, one day, the Onome was in the house, the daughter was in the house with the younger one. She came out with this thing. She came up out of the bathroom. Sunday was coming out. The girl said Sunday has been touching her inappropriately. When the woman Onome came, this girl said this to the mom. The mom did not say anything. She allowed this young girl to go to school. When she went to school, he then tell her to tell the teacher what Sunday did. This young girl went to school. She told the school, my stepdad, this is what this man did to me. Before you know what was happening, Sunday was arrested because the girl has made a disclosure. When Sunday was arrested, they told Sunday to move out of the house. He's not allowed back in the house. He was arrested. When Sunday was arrested, there was a bail condition in place, which meant no contact between Sunday and the Onome. Meanwhile, you know, children will always be children. When the girl, Onome's daughter, who is about 12 years old, who made this accusation against Sunday, when the girl went to school after 3 days, Sunday is not allowed back in his own house. The girl then told her friend that, oh, my mom said was the one that told me to make all this thing up. When the girl sleepily said that, her friend reported to the teacher. This is what my friend said. When the teacher came, asked the girl again, they called Onome. Onome spoke to the daughter in the local Nigerian language. The daughter changed the matter and said, that is not what I said. Meanwhile, Sunday has been arrested. His phone, everything has been seized. He's not allowed back in his own house. He's courting with his son as I speak to you today. And the CPS have now told him that he will be going to court. They are going to charge him to court. And this Sunday, despite the fact that this girl made a disclosure, the school, they are in a confused situation because this girl said yesterday, this is what Sunday has been doing to her. And next day, she was playing with her friend and she said, no, my mom coached me. But because the girl then insisted again, the school, they are confused. Meanwhile, there is a 68-year-old man who could be going to jail for up to 19 years for committing the unthinkable against this young girl. Sunday is saying that Onome make up all these stories because she knew that she could not renew her paper, and the only way she can stay in this country is through this allegation. That is why. And people are saying that Sunday's family are saying that he does not deserve sympathy. When the first incident happened, they told him not to go back to the house. They told him to end the relationship. He went back again out of love and naivety. And now a bigger fish has happened. There's an old African saying that something that would have killed your head, if it killed your shoulder, you should thank God and pack your things and walk and thank God. This is the story of an innocent man who could be going to jail for up to 19 years. He's a grandfather, no criminal conviction. He went to marry the woman that his friend recommended to him after his wife of more than 32 years died. Do you have any sympathy for Sunday? Leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know what your views are about the story of Sunday. If you see any value in this content, don't forget to give it a like, share. You could be saving on that person. People can learn, and leave your comment in the comment section. Follow us on our social media platform. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. The sad reality is that Sunday will watch this video.